Yeah, they must be able to do something. Well, fair enough. I guess we'll find out right about now. So, big welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Here we've got MIBR versus Team Envy here at Flashpoint. It's a best of 3, obviously, as they all are. We're going to be starting on Overpass, with MIBR starting on the CT side and Envy on that T side. And they're actually going for a very cool strategy here. They're trying to, I think, keep that birthday party player in Fur hanging around while there was a bit of an uppercut coming in from the connector. He did fall back a little bit, but it's a nice way to try and trap someone if you can. And he's a little bit alone. I mean, he's got no backup out here, Fur, which I don't think is going to bother him that much. He's a pretty good player at this kind of thing. He's still going to get overrun by Mihu, so that's an issue.
And look at what the attention of KNG goes to. He has to look towards Long, and that slows him down to help out Mayern in the site, who's gotten 2 kills, add a 3rd on top. He's single-handedly held onto the bomb site. Oh, one more spin. It's absolutely beautiful for Mayern. An ace. It's magical to start the day.
So unlikely. He was nearly out of bullets, didn't really have time to reload or anything, and once those Glocks get a little bit closer, it's all an uphill battle, but they managed to turn it around. Amazing display to start off the pistol round with, and MIBR, they are going to be celebrating the fact that they were able to do that, because, yeah, they lost Fur all the way out in the restrooms, and no chance to return any kills or anything. That was about to go horribly wrong. Here we go. Some MP9s picked up an M4A1. Just the pistol on Fallen, so taking a pretty loose approach. There was no bomb plant, so I guess they could probably guess that it wouldn't be a force in this round anyway.
Yeah, I think you're going to operate under that assumption. Obviously, KNG just ready to feast, ready to get some of that bonus money, going to walk right into the stack. 2 kills for him, still alive, and that's a hard angle to pursue. They're going to take him down just by virtue of lack of HP, but first steps up to the plate next, and it should be damn near impassable here at this position in Fountain.
Doing some really good shots, I agree. That probably should have been a little bit more of a hold, I think, for MIBR. They're not really in trouble yet, but you don't want to be giving away too much here, especially don't want to let them get any kills with this MP9.
The problem now is, too, I mean, you have that M4 on board, so even if you get into the bomb site, if you just lose Fallen, who's dinked up, then all of a sudden that M4 is exposed. That's kind of a dangerous thing that you want to keep your hands on into this round as well. So this gets, I don't know if I'd call it dangerous, but it's certainly got to be a little bit pressure applying onto this MIBR defense, even in a 3-on-2.
Yeah, needlessly so, you could even argue. It's just probably not necessary to be that aggressive and slightly one at a time. So they're going to be saving the M4, which is great news, and they only lose the 2 MP9s there. So they've recovered the situation fairly well. Question is what they'll do now, because obviously Envy are going to be buying in this next round, and that's not going to surprise MIBR. They got enough money to put together a pretty good buy.
Oh, especially the op on Fallen is the big one. That's going to be huge to see exactly how they put this op into play. And we know, obviously, listen, let's not go too crazy with throwing back the years. Fallen in the op on this map is just a classic. And you kind of hope that he'd be able to log another performance like that here against Envy. But certainly it's going to be a big weapon that Envy's offense is going to have to try and work around and try and take out of his hands as soon as humanly possible. That AWP outplaying towards long A for the moment, and just a pretty passive default spread for Envy.
I don't get to see Fallen AWPing nearly enough these days. It's one of my favorite things, and I think we're robbed of it so much of the time, which is a bit of a shame. Hopefully that's going to be, yeah, just more of a thing throughout this whole best of 3. His aggressive style, when he's really feeling it, when he's sort of pushing forward with and finding kills even at close quarters, is definitely one of the more entertaining aspects of the game. So I'm a big fan of it, and I don't know. It seems like some days he's feeling it, and others not so much.
It's been one of the big criticisms of him lately. So, I mean, we'll just have to see how it goes. Taco takes a little bit of nade damage. Utility exchanged back and forth, and actually MIBR a little bit haggard on the nades that they have. 1 Molotov on Fur. That's a good shot from Fallen. 5-on-4 provided exactly what the AWP is designed for. That one lurker towards bathrooms, towards top stairs, he's picked off. And now Envy, they kind of have to hit the B bomb site. They have no fallback plan. They have the other half of the map is not open to them.
Yeah, and this is going to be tough. 30 seconds left. This is such an obvious situation. They just read it perfectly, MIBR. No surprises here. A lot of damage onto Nifty, and he's going to walk into that AWP that's now down to the bomb site, and they know where Legier is. It's really almost nothing he can do at this point in time. They don't even to fight him. I'm kind of surprised they're even sticking around. There's only 14 seconds, so he would have to try and go and plant this bomb right in their faces. Nice jump up and a great headshot. Bomb being planted inside of the smoke, and Fur, he should be able to get this kill very very cleanly. The smoke goes up again, though. That's a bit of a mind game now from Legia. If he actually clutches it, that would be a huge mistake from MIBR's point of view. They would almost certainly be kicking themselves. Third round here, and Legia goes for the spray that could have easily worked out. That should be a strong reminder that MIBR to really keep things cool here. I don't know where that all went.
No, I don't think Fer does either. So he'll have to search for it after the fact, and that could be dangerous if they lose track of that. That AWP did some work, but so did Legia. The fact that it's even that close, that is phenomenal work from him in a clutch situation. You can see the op is picked up at the end, but for MIBR, again, this is one of the weird things that we're seeing out of this team that makes us kind of doubt their ability at times, is those situations. You have a 5-on-4. Taco gets the next 2 kills, so essentially this is a 5-on-2, and it turns into a 1-on-1 at the end. Those are situations MIBR with that kind of an advantage. We're used to seeing them over the years close those rounds out with no problem. Here, it's an issue, and they lose a lot of money for it.
And speaking of the years, right, that's where you want to say that there should be some fallback experience. Like, that should be everyone's sort of backbone. Just, we know it's a 2-on-1. There's only 15 seconds left, and let's not give him any chances to do anything. Nice shot from Fer, and they're going to swap out the AWPs. That's just a spawn-based position, but that worked out really well. Another round where they start off with 1 AWP kill.
Yeah, you don't see that every day. Fer picking it up, but just by virtue of spawns. So again, another 5-on-4 for MIBR, this time against the 1 AK-47 in Legia's hands and just 3 pistols. Deagle and 2 CZs after it. But Fer still hunting, and I don't know if he actually saw that, but it seems like he just missed the information. He's got Fallen to watch his back, but they're going to be pressured here.
Nice shot, and he's going to turn around ready for it. The rifle goes down. They can't even really pick it up, and now it's nifty. 1 versus 4. This is such a great round so far. See if they can also keep the AWP alive, and they will be able to. It's Fallen with that kill, and now they're off to a much better start. They keep 4 people alive in that round, so they're doing a good job at the moment. Yeah, they're doing a great job. You're right, keeping 4 players alive is absolutely massive. And you have to say, good start from Mayern. He's 7-1 by virtue of the ace of the pistol round. But Fer is combined 6-3. That's a very good round from him to hold tight. And Fallen's hit some nice shots with the AWP. So they're getting the openings with the op, and now they're handling the mid-round very well here in round 4. So everything going good for MIBR. Envy, we'll see what they could do. It was MIBR that picked this map, and we've been sort of talking about this, I guess, for a little while now, how Overpass seems to have fallen out of favor with a bunch of teams for, I guess, a variety of different reasons. So I wouldn't be surprised if actually, you know, if you are a team that can still feel comfortable playing this, you might be able to, you know, get some teams off guard that just haven't been practicing it nearly as much and have been playing it a little bit less. Don't know if Envy's necessarily one of those teams, but they're certainly off to a very fine start here on the Brazilian side. So I mean, even if Envy's put some work in on this map, you know, that's still a pretty new lineup, especially with Legia coming in. So I mean, it's going to be a work in progress for this team, the entirety of this Flashpoint 1 circuit. Nifty with an AWP of his own now. 50 seconds on the clock, and so far they've not really progressed that far across the map. They're using some grenades to try and move closer toward the restrooms. It's the other side of the coin of Fallen being, you know, so successful. Him and Fer getting those picks with the op is you're going to start seeing Envy use a lot more utility as they approach bomb sites to just negate try and neutralize that op. And again, it's going to provide a pick. No flashbang for that peek from Legia. A little bit uncoordinated. There's still 3 left in the Envy hands. And this is going to be a tough execute. 3 defenders here at the A-bomb site. Yeah, you're right. They're all here. And look at the clock as well. Sub 20 seconds as they start to make their way onto the bomb site. Some pretty good smokes to try and block off that AWP. But Fer is flashed into a great kill. Fallen doesn't even need the AWP. If he can just throw 1 flashbang like that, he'll do everything. A great follow-up kill, leaving Nifty alone with only 5 seconds. So he's just going to try and save that AWP. Pretty good defense. And that's, I mean, as you said, 3 people at the bomb site when the actual execute was even initiated. Yeah, well, we're getting the good Fallen as well that we wanted. Yeah. He's now got he's got 2 opening picks with that AWP, and after that pick, he's working very well with his teammate. Flashbang for Fer to be able to get this peak, so he's got 2 kills and an assist in this round, and then covering out towards long. Fallen being dynamic with this op and doing a very good job of reading the game, of reading the play that's coming next. That's the dangerous Fallen that's going to be tough for the Envy offense to overcome, and that's part of the reason why we have them calling this timeout here. So good start for MIBR. Great start, 5-0. Yeah, and some of these rounds, right, where they come out with 3 people alive, so
yeah, they're building.
Starting to look better.
They're building the economy. Actually, not as well as you might think. To be honest with you, looking over at the cash now, pretty much 3 players stuck right around $1,200. It's only really Mayern who's got some cash built up at 4,400. But you have to imagine that's going to spike at some point.
Yeah, I mean, they're slowly getting there. It might take a little bit longer than they were expecting. And I guess the downside is that Envy's round loss bonus is now kicking in full effect. So it's probably going to be a lot of pressure here until they can find a way to break that T-side economy. But they're having a little bit of a breather right now. If they can just survive the pistols and that AWP that was saved on Nifty, they can do a good job. He's actually taking way less damage than you imagine.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be deadly. I don't know if one of those nades maybe hit him and dropped beneath the lip of the staircase, but that's very fortunate for Fur. That looked like he was going to be really, really hindered for the rest of this round.
Grenade physics are like a whole, that's a whole separate field. Not many people study it.
Grenade physics has been a long-term frustration in CSGO, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's even more.
It's been like 6 years of like, oh, that grenade's going to do so much damage. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's harder to figure out than even quantum physics, isn't it? Like, no one actually understands it completely, so. Fallen, set up here. Could be a nice kill. Flashed off the angle. Nifty was, I think, ready to try and take that on the other side. But, yeah, they're just going to be edging their way forward. I mean, so much of this round is surely just going to be on whether... Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
How's that for nade physics?
That's a nuclear bomb that fucked them up, didn't it?
Well, nice and softened up for Fur behind the smoke. Here they come. Pop flash through. It's going to drop it. Still hasn't seen anything. Fur's close up as well. Fur is playing a dangerous game, stepping through to the other side. And they're aware of the possibility, but Fur is just toying with them. Now he's got so many targets available. Doesn't even know which one to pick. Another one added on. And Calyx with very low HP stuck in the back. So 4 players going to survive. Op will be recovered for MIBR. Things still looking good for the Brazilian defense.
That was some amazing awareness from Fur being inside of the smoke. I mean, it's one thing for us who have the minimap and we have the X-ray. We've got some idea what's going on. But Fur seemed to be able to just read that perfectly.
I don't know if it's reading as much as just kind of crossing your finger, right? Like, especially when you hear the bullets just spamming through, it's like, please just don't hit me in the face.
But he saw like 3 people towards the A-bomb site, and he still was aware enough to turn around and look for the guy that was inside the smoke or behind him. Yeah, you're right. I mean, there is obviously an element of that. There could be a radar element too, where he's sort of, good at using that in the middle of the whole thing. But I thought that was pretty impressive.
All right, well, KNG has just cut this map in half, essentially, especially that positioning from Fur. 1 kill for him, and Mihu's got to be cautious now about the ladder behind him. So KNG just going to patiently wait. But MIBR looks like they were setting up for a flash play for Taco through Monster. It was called off at the last second. But still, MIBR has to have the information that it's all at the B bomb site. And look at how aggressive they're being. Envy's got to be so frustrated. What are you supposed to do here?
Not much, apparently. Nifty, it's a good opening kill there on Mayern, and if he could have got the one on Fallen too, then we can start to talk about them recovering the round and starting to make their way back in. But yeah, this is the kind of play you see out of MIBR, and you think, all right, like
they're back.
Yeah, more of this. If they could just do this more often, then actually they would be a very, very dangerous team.
I think that the trouble with that is they're taking advantage of what you have to assume is going to be a little bit of a disorganized Envy, especially when those pushes and the op picks are coming in and being so effective round after round. You really start to feel hopeless, like you can't even set anything up or execute any kind of attack. Then Calyx gets the 1 kill, immediately traded, and there's Fallen again with the op. Another double kill for the MIBR captain, 7-0 now.
Yeah, that's, I mean, one hell of a stop. You might be right. There is obviously, it has to be seen through the lens of Envy's current situation. There's no denying that. But yeah, you still see it and you think like they could do this more. Like there is that element still inside of the team. We've seen a lot of games recently where it disappears even after a little bit of a punch in the face. So. See if they could keep it up here. Back to the pistols, though. The
other issue now, I mean, if you even want to go deeper into it for the economy, is they had them kind of close to a breaking point just 2 rounds ago. Now that opportunity has kind of disappeared. There's another full buy behind any loss that MIBR takes, so it's just going to get more difficult for Envy. MIBR set up with a nice stack in the danger stairs. Ryan just waiting.
Yeah, up on top of the shelves. It's really, really hard to clear, isn't it? Finding a bit of a battle here against the pistol, which is should be working out in their favor. They all double up. They were flashed in by Fallen, I think.
They were not having a good time with that fight.
No, it took them a while, didn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know the shells, you can jump up on them from the actual stairs?
Yes.
Like, you don't even need to go to the high ground like people sometimes do. You can just make the jump from the middle of the stairs. Which is, I don't know, just not the best position in the world to be in always, but it's kind of fun.
Listen, any position MIBR is in at the moment is probably feeling quite nice to them. This is a feeling they probably haven't had in some time, being up 8-0, feeling like you're dominant.
I think it's been far too long, so hope they enjoy it, because
it might not last.
It might not last, that's the truth, isn't it? I mean, the obvious reason, by the way, just before people start going on social media, actually, Anders, the reason they obviously do the boost is to not make the noise of jumping. So we know that. I just still think it's a cool trick.
Yeah, we're just talking.
We're just talking.
We're just having a conversation. Molotov down, Nifty is going to get past it. AWP in his hands, and now a double up setup. One in KNG, one on Fallen, and that's the first time in a while that Envy's had the opening kill.
And that must have been through the smoke, right? Calyx is down there outside of the B bomb site, so...
Looks like it. Might have gotten it right before the smoke plumed, but certainly not a good position for MIBR to be in. But now as the smoke fades, KNG wants that angle.
For Leggy, hoping he doesn't fall off. Calyx is also watching it, so looks like it'll be just fine. Smoke goes up. There's a flashbang. And they actually go for the fight. I was going to say that could have been very, very dangerous. Long range, and man seems to be on point. Great shot on Calyx, but it's still a 4-on-3. And Envy with a chance maybe to pick up their first round here.
I like the aggressiveness of Legia peeking with that flashbang, especially once the shot rings out. You know he's likely blind. It was a panic shot. That gives an opening. 50 seconds on the clock as Envy try and work around the map. Through 2 more players, adding up to 3 at long A. And again, it's just going to be Fallen defending this A bomb site. And I would say just Fallen. He's got his AWP.
He's got the AWP. They have 2 smokes, which is decent for the A bomb site, but it's not guaranteed that they can block him off. And I'm kind of curious, and he made that jump. He definitely saw that. So he's going to call in some backup. You could already see Furry started to make his way over, and that means even if they smoke off, theoretically, they could try and look over the smoke. There's a bunch of things they could do. They actually go for it way earlier than the smoke's even going up. Fallen about to be flanked. That's a great shot to take down Legia, and now the enemy offer coming in. That's Nifty, easily picking off. 10 seconds on the clock, and the bomb not going to be stopped by that grenade. Does a tiny bit of damage, but that's it. A good lead here for Envy, and they should be able to pick up this round if they could keep their cool. They got the Molotov still on Mihu. Fur just charging in behind the flashbang. He's going to get the one, but he can't spin quick enough. Headshot from Mayan, though. And now Nifty. AWP on the other side. Quick jump, and he's ready for it. Nice shot from Nifty.
Yeah, Mayan never knew where Nifty was in that. You could see him looking towards bathrooms, not aware that he was out towards long. Nice try on the defense. I actually thought Fallen again. He had that red. It was just a little bit, took his aim away from that long angle. It's hard to kind of juggle the pressure when they're attacking that truck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit much, and especially when one of the angles... I mean, Nifty wasn't even pushing, he was just holding the angle, which is kind of smart, right?
Yeah, the tough part, I think, was Fur, even though he rotates over, not able to get into the bomb site to mount any real defense. He's kind of just in support of Fallen when the hit does come in. Ooh, that's a miss smoke. But he didn't have any flashbangs. That's the hard part of while you're supporting Fallen. You want a flashbang to delay things, and he just didn't have one.
That smoke did not only fail, it bounced and landed on the lamp. We almost need a replay of the smoke. That's a 1 in a million. I don't even know how you do that. I mean, it serves no practical purpose at all whatsoever, but... Maybe if you throw it there and CTs try and push, you could shoot them in the knees and they'll never see you.
They'll never see it coming. That's a cruel way to do battle. Going for the kneecaps.
I mean, why not? If, you know...
Alright. You like to fight dirty?
If you're behind 8-1, it's all's fair at that point in time. You gotta go for it.
That's true.
They did another double nade. They did that earlier down at the B ramp. This time it was for the jump spot position, the B bomb side. So that they're really trying to make it work, Envy, for some early damage, and it's just not. Well,
you have to imagine... Ooh, that's a nice pick onto Fallen. Again, an opening kill. This time it's Nifty providing it. You could see MIBR. I have to imagine there was some kind of communication. That's a second nade Nifty has missed in this round. That Envy is taking this slow, save some of the Molotovs, save some of the nades for later.
Second miss was nearly as cool.
No, the first one was way cooler. So you have to think, Mihu, no nades for a flashbang. He's going to try and be an aggressive lurk and provide one more kill at this A bomb site before the attack comes in. And it might be successful. He's got to go now. Mayern falls off the ramp. Taco got to swing wide. It's all he had. And all the nades have gone away from MIBR. KNG now the last man defending this B bomb site. The Fallen's here too. Look at the time. Look at the time. 10 seconds.
Oh, think it's not. It's a disaster. There's Nifty going down. The bomb is trying to make its way onto the site, but it just can't. 5 seconds left, and inside the smoke, trying to get that path through. Like, yeah, a bit of a hero there, but can Mihu actually stop it? He's walked in behind. He hasn't shot that gun yet, so I don't think they even know that he's there. A bit of a flank, and he's get the headshot, but he's no idea where Fur is, I think. Maybe down on the bomb site somewhere, but he's got the perfect read for it. Going to try and see if he can peek behind the flashbang, and goes for the open fight. Mihu will save the day. A good double kill that could have absolutely backfired 10 different ways. I can't believe they won that round.
Yeah, that was intense. The time coming that low, that flank had to kind of speed up, and you could see a little bit slow, not able to get involved in the actual action of taking the bomb site, which is exactly what it's designed for, but still a really powerful position for the clutch, especially considering the plant spot. So nice communication for Envy and a tough scenario. That's their second round, and they've finally done it. They've taken all the money away from MIBR, so this is a great chance. As much as this half has probably sucked and feels like a lost cause for Envy, you can claw this right back now that you have the economic control.
Yeah, up against, I mean, it's wild to be watching. 8-2, and immediately they're back to Deagles, and a couple of scouts here. That is a bit of a swing. It looks like they want to try and see if they could maybe speed it up quick to the B bomb side. That would probably work out very well at the moment.
Both round victories for Envy coming into one-on-ones at the end. First it was Nifty with the AWP, then Mihu with the Krieg in the previous round we just saw. So that means they haven't been able to build up money. Look how broke they are. So for MIBR, even if you don't win this round, 2-3 kills is everything you need, but it might not happen. Mayern, a stunning shot. There's the scout from up top, so Mayern can still do this, but he can't connect onto Calyx, who is low HP.
Ooh, that looks so promising. It looked like it could have even been another straight headshot. Smoke is making this just a guessing game from KNG's point of view, and the bomb will go down without much difficulty in this round. Taco obviously playing for an anti-flash. He was hoping the man would get the right timing for a spot in case anyone walked up behind him, so that's just a calculated risk. And
yeah, you don't expect him to just clean walkout monster, and unfortunately it's exactly what they did. You're right, though. Mayern had a chance for one more headshot, maybe even double him up with Calyx at 13 HP. I like that Fallen sticking around, though, trying to find one more on the exit, looking for the escape. Oh, he spotted it, can't transfer over, but Calyx ran out of bullets. He's going to finish it off with the Glock. And Fur boosted up, should be able... Ooh, just jumped away from his vision. I don't think Envy realizes how close a lot of those situations were to just lose some weapons, which would have been a disaster.
Yeah, that's the one thing they really don't want to do. I mean, it's good that they're winning the rounds, but can't be throwing away guns when you're just getting back into the game. So, 8-3. I mean, it's a bit of an interesting turn. I think you're right, though. They can really make it back in this half all of a sudden. A lot has changed, even though it doesn't really seem like it. This
round will be big. If they win this, then you're all of a sudden looking at least 5 rounds for Envy, and that's a pretty good foothold to gain, considering you started 8-0 down. We'll see what they've got. Nifty's done a good job providing some openings, but that was with the AWP. Now he's back onto the AK-47. No ops for MIBR either.
Oh. Some random shots being put through down there. Looked like they were close to connecting. But yeah, they've done a lot right. They could take the guns away again. Fallen doesn't have that AWP. It's all looking a bit brighter. Fur just flashed into that fight. And again, Fallen, remember he was flashing some of the fights over at the A bomb site when they were trying to get in there. So don't even always need that strong sniper rifle. Sometimes the flashbang will set up for a nice kill. And that's some basic Counter-Strike that any team in the world should be able to do. Yeah. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, well, they obviously have a very good plan. Fallen's doing a phenomenal job, as you've highlighted there. MIBR need to rotate some players back to the A bomb site. At the moment, it's just KNG. So you see Fallen, you see Fur. They're wrapping around now at the A bomb site itself, but they need to get out of the choke points and into the site itself, and Fallen has just done that. KNG in the corner. Can they provide enough distraction for him? Fallen meant to take the aggression, meant to take the initial contact, but KNG peeks ahead of time, and he gets a double kill for his troubles, and Fallen and Fur to clean things up. 9-3, all 5 players survive.
Wow. I completely agree. It looked like it was going to be KNG last in that sequence, and...
He got bored.
He got bored, jumped the gun.
Works.
Yeah, apparently does. I mean... He was, and obviously the Envy player that was there, Ryan, I think, who was leading the charge, right? He's trying to coordinate with the push that's coming in from long at the same time. So he's just, so like, guys, you ready? Can we go for it? And then they're all dead.
All right, who's ready, guys? I'm flashing on 3. Crap.
Yeah.
Be rushed, baby, right through the smoke. Here we go. Mayern gonna have a big job to do, and he's shot straight in the face. Taco now blinded. These are great flashbangs for Envy. Taco needs to land these shots. There's the first. He slowed him down. Got time for KNG, who's delivered a double again.
Wow, they were all over that bomb site. Fallen gonna go for the fight, and that's a big win. He's out of the fire and barely staying alive. But 1 versus 2 for Calyx, making this very, very tricky. I mean, there's all the time in the world. If he could pick up the bomb, he could kind of travel all across the map if he could get out of the bomb site. I don't mind that he does this at all. And I think MIBR know it as well.
I think they're worried about that flank. Remember, they lost that round earlier to coming around, so they were checking behind them first, being very cautious. But yeah, he should have the spot. He does, and not even paying attention. Calyx has no idea. Fur is up to 19-7. He's having himself a game and a half. He's been phenomenal at the A bomb site. He's been phenomenal in support, and now he's even helping out at the B bomb site. So good game from him overall.
Yeah, that worked out really well. All things considered, that grenade that was being thrown in was, went way too far as they were coming through the monster tunnel, and I don't know.
I mean, listen, those for a team that I kind of talk about probably a little bit disorganized on this map and still kind of learning it and putting it together with this lineup, those were some great staggered flashbangs that Envy was throwing that blinded the MIBR defense without blinding the attack.
Yeah, that was a good display, wasn't it?
If it wasn't for Fallen getting that shot in the flames to stop the plant, they might have been in real trouble.
And it is the worst feeling in the world if you're Mayan in that position, and you know they're all lined up inside of that tunnel, and you get nobody.
It's because it's all in that first engagement, right? If you get that first player, then you know they're just lined up in the smoke and they have no vision. Unfortunately, it gets banged out.
And you know what could have been. That's the thing in the back of your mind, right?
You're thinking frag video, highlights.
Could have been the whole spray down. Well, he might get another chance to do it right here as they're coming through the tunnel again. This time he's not quite lining them up, but a good headshot. Taco there with a bit of a crossfire, but Calyx with an excellent double return of that AK-47, taking down the 2B defenders. And now it's a 3-on-3 with enough time to switch this around if they really wanted to.
Ooh.
Bit of a fight, and that's one hell of a flip for Fallen. Taking down Miyu, that's so quick.
Yeah, he's gaming right now. He's just going for the peaks, going for all the fights. Calyx is going to step up to the plate next, but with 40 seconds, it looks like they might want to call an audible. Back to the A bomb site we go. Now, this will probably take a little bit of time because they have to be cautious of bathrooms, but they also have to take a risk, and they're not going to be able to clear everything out. So this timer is going to get down very low. KNG, with the Molotov, with the smoke, with the flashbang, can do a lot to delay things.
Yeah, the problem is also when you're down to just 20 seconds, right? You really need to win that first fight, or there's going to be no doubt. Everyone's going to rotate immediately. 14 seconds now on the clock. They can't even really get delayed. KNG, he's here, and he's got a Molotov as well, and they walk right into it.
That's it. It's over. No time for Calyx to pick up the bomb. Molotov on top of it as it is. And he just needs to make sure it doesn't go down after the timer. So just tuck yourself into a corner. That's perfect. 11-3 for MIBR. So there was a chance for Envy. We had that one window of opportunity when they had the economy reset. MIBR was just with a sketchy buy with very few nades. They needed to win that round, and this is back to being brutal.
Yeah, the punishment is returned pretty quickly. They had like a little bit of a vacation of the 3 rounds. They're like, yay.
This is fun. We're winning.
Yeah. And it could have been, what, from 3 to 5 like we were mentioning. And now,
it's gone the other way.
It has gone the other way. Double up now on the CT side. MIBR definitely playing a strong first half right now. Good leg shot on Legia. Will put him in a little bit of trouble in the round. Switching out weapons as the incoming attack, but they get the rifle up just in time, and what a great double kill from Fur. And he's just looking for more. Staying aggressive, which is kind of in his nature. Triple kill right now, and maybe should be falling back. Calyx is about to flank him. That should be a one fight immediately for Calyx, but Fur does a lot of damage.
I thought he was going to win that. I thought he was just going to be a damn turret.
It looked like it, didn't it? Flank is in down on the other side, so no chance here for Calyx with this little health. KNG covering this one angle with the AWP. That's it. It's 12-3 in the first half in favor of MIBR. That is such a good first half.
Yeah, listen, go back and watch like the opening pistol round of this map. Remember, Mayern had that ace, and it was a round that it felt like MIBR was 100% going to lose until Mayern sprang into action. So that's got to be frustrating for Envy as well. Mihu going to start backing away, feels the pressure, sees some of the shots, but hasn't spotted information. So a little bit curious in the way he's sticking around for just an extra moment. But obviously a big stack towards that B bomb site for the Envy defense. The question is, how long do they want to keep 4 players there? Legia just set up with 2 flashbangs. He can rotate back very quickly to the A bomb site to help with those. Problem is just the only man, the single man Mihu, actually defending.
I mean, if they end up going for that B bomb site, that's going to be real bad news. The flash setup alone will probably cancel that right out. So it's pretty good news that MIBR are making a bit of noise on the other side. That might force their hand envy to stay away from that 4-1 split.
I think MIBR is going to assume that kind of a contact at long forced some kind of a rotation, some kind of a shift, and it hasn't.
No, they're sticking with it.
Even Legia's sneaking back to the B bomb site. He kind of hesitated, backed away briefly, but now he's sticking around.
And they have a smoke for the sniper spot, but that's not even going to matter in terms of the flashbangs, right? Like, if they put that up, and they will, I don't think Legia is going to be just going to be waiting for it anyway. Let's see how many people come through the tunnel. Still 30 seconds. A bit of noise being made. Fallen going down before any engagement, and that was the bomb. So 25 seconds, and they almost have to stick around. Ryan gets dropped. That's Taco with the kill, but the flash is working. Legia will get that assist, and Calyx will just keep following up. Beautiful headshots to take down Mayan and KNG both. And with the bomb plant, this would have been a cool flank for Fur to get in, but without it, it doesn't really do much.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. MIBR is going to be probably a little frustrated when they see that replay and realize they had the A bomb site wide open, and the fake just didn't work. Just that small amount of presence towards long, not going to pull the rotation, especially when there's no hit after that for like 15 seconds. As a defender, you're like, oh, they shot it long, and we've seen absolutely nothing since then.
Yeah, that was a
kind of know it's coming.
Terrible pitch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They didn't sell it, didn't have the right graphics in the PDF or anything.
The first person to go down at the B bomb site is Fallen with the bomb as well. So just every step of the way, the game was given up.
Mihu pushing quite far forward. He's got some backup behind him, but not nearly as much as I would want with this kind of weapon that he's carrying. He can go down here and somehow drop that M4 around the corner. What is with throwing grenades and this envy team?
You don't like it? Not feeling good about it?
I just, you know, maybe they could take a lesson from me. Just don't even try and throw them.
Just don't even buy them.
Yeah.
You could save a lot of money, a lot more guns if you don't buy nades.
I feel like I have like a special superpower, which is whenever I pull out a grenade, that's when people peek. So I just try to judge, like, you know what, it's not even worth it.
It's not an easy superpower to work around, is it?
No, because
they don't peek if you don't pull the nade out.
That's it. You don't get any fights. Oh, he's seen it. He desperately wants that jump. Probably could have called that in. I don't know if KNG.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure it was just KNG maybe not thinking that he'd be able to get shot from that angle. I don't know. Trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Fur can't land the 1 dig, and it's just fallen. This round has slipped away from MIBR, so a 5th round now for the NV defense.
Without losing too many players in this round, I mean, any at all right now, that is shaping up to be a decent start to the second half, and it is a CT-sided map, so it's hard to say how much they can bring it back. I mean, it shouldn't really be 12-3 type, you know, one-sided. But still, maybe they could do it.
Yeah, you saw the issues that Envy had getting past the AWP from MIBR, getting past, remember, the early aggression from MIBR, Fur pushing in bathrooms, KNG pushing all the way up to playground. Those things kind of threw Envy out of their game plan, it felt. And if they're going to do something similar, if they're up, if Nifty with the AWP catches fire early on, I think MIBR is going to have the same struggle. So we'll hold the phone on whether this can actually be a comeback or not until we see that first gun round. But Envy, you're exactly right. Off to the best start you could possibly hope for.
Cool little jump throw from Legia. Lots of different ways to do that. By the way, this might be slightly unknown to the majority of people who sort of watch Counter-Strike even a lot. Legia is just an ultra nerd when it comes to coming up with smokes. Him and I have like a year-long back and forth on finding the most ridiculous smokes possible. So when Legia's got yeah.
I don't think that's actually as funny to people.
No,
that aren't me. I find it funny because I know how much time you put into finding useless smokes.
Oh yeah, a lot. Well, I think Legia comes up with useful smokes, but he's got more defensive. Oh, Miu, that's a.
Have you ever thought of trying that? Useful smokes?
I considered it for a while, but it just didn't seem like my thing. KNG down at the bomb side again. You know, any kind of distraction on the other side would have been way better, but they were trying to go for that early hit. Yeah, so I don't know, like, if anyone was going to come up with something fun for Envy to do in terms of, you know, freaky trick smokes, Legia is a pretty good bet for it, but I would say. trying to get that flank. It doesn't really work out. They survive with 4 members in this round, 5 in the last round. So this is a great start for them.
One thing I will say about Legia, not just with his smoke throwing, but you'd imagine someone coming in as a coach who hasn't played, you know, professional CS in well over a year since his last stint in Big with the team.
Yeah, probably.
You'd expect him to be like a little bit timid, like trying to kind of figure out the timings and how to peek and everything. At least he's just straight up balls to the wall. Like he's going for fights, he's going for peaks.
And that's obviously what you want. So yeah, I mean he's got some power behind him in this game, and I mean that can help them out a lot. They need it. They need everything they can get at the moment. 12-6 it's a good start to the second half, but it's obviously not enough here. Very, very dangerous jump for Calyx on the other side. More often than not, that will get your face taken right off, and not in the cool movie way either.
No.
Don't get it replaced.
You don't get a new one. You don't get to be Nicolas Cage for 2 hours. Well, Taco outside of the B bomb site.
Don't you just hate the fact that you know they're going to do a remake of that? That's going to be worse at one point.
I hope they do. I love that movie.
No, but it's going to be way worse.
You can't make that movie worse.
All right. So, well,
think of the new face technology that we can imagine in these days. The face off would be much more believable.
All right. So with extra graphics, who would you if you had to swap faces with someone in Counter-Strike, who would it be, Jason?
That's a really good question.
Yeah, you want a couple of rounds to think about it?
I want a couple of rounds to think about it.
That's fair enough. Doesn't have to be an immediate kind of thing. 12-6 though, and a first chance here for MIBR to actually, I think, just try and close this map out really quickly before Envy get too much momentum rolling, because this is a good lead, but you don't want to leave the door open and just try and put it back in. Nifty, I can't believe he even got any kills in that. He was completely surprised by that. Nothing to set it up. KNG, though, still rolling into the bomb side and getting kills left and right. Mihu, oh, I can't believe it. He failed to spray initially and followed the side of the health tower going into it. KNG continues the rampage. A quick quad kill for him, leaving Ryan in a 1 versus 2 here. Bomb going down with 3 seconds left. That was very, very close indeed. And Ryan is going to get double teamed by Fur and Taco, and they'll win that fight 13-6 now.
I'm wondering if that smoke was designed. I thought that would be one to go in towards Bank, and it was just maybe missed. But then Fallen tried to plant in it, so I'm wondering if that was improvised or not. But either way, KNG bails them out. He gets the 4 entry kills, first 4 kills for MIBR, 13-6 now. That's a pretty dominant round from him. He's also up to 20 and 12. So him and Fur really delivering in this map so far for MIBR.
Yeah, super enjoyable. I feel like games where, especially Fur is playing well, is always going to make it very, very hard for the opponent. Again, he's got that very aggressive style. It's just so hard to keep hold of him and sort of know where he's going to be across the map. So
yeah,
whenever he's having a good day, yeah, it's going to be that much worse, I think. Some random grenades being thrown out, not connecting with anybody.
This is all the money that Envy have. Losing this round would be a catastrophe. They would be hard-pressed to fight for the rest of this map. Good shot from Nifty. Quick scope as Mayern comes around the corner. Still one more player waiting in Playgrounds.
I feel like Nifty's been hitting some really good shots. He just hadn't had much of a chance to actually have that AWP. A little bit of a UMP from up high. Takes down Fur. And Taco will get the revenge at least for a 3-on-3. He has still 50 seconds on the clock, so they can do a lot with this. Legia peeking in a very dangerous spot, and they're coming out of the monster tunnel. Yeah, that was a really good, I think, almost instinctive play from KNG.
MIBR has a weird problem, though. They've had so much success at the B bomb site, but the bomb is on Fallen all alone. So he's got to make his play towards A instead of wrapping all the way back. And that means MIBR has to keep the attention of Mihu and Nifty at this site. If at any one point, if that kill doesn't go to KNG, Nifty can turn around and go back towards A. And this is going to work out due to the virtue of that kill.
Yeah, this is very, very strange.
It's sketchy, though. If Nifty falls back to save the op, I mean, he has a situation where Fallen's the only one there. Now, actually, I think Taco's met up with him, so no problems. It's all fixed. It's all fine.
I was getting slightly worried as well. Yeah, I could see a world in which he would sort of stumble back into just being in the right spot at the right time. KNG way out of the open, and another quad kill for him. He's up to 24. He's actually overtaken Fur. What a great little power duo they've got going on there. 24 and 12, 23 and 12. That explains at least some of this 14-6 lead that they've got going on. Things are working out real well at the moment.
For the moment.
it is their map pick again, and it yeah, I don't know. Mirage it'll be fun to see if they can continue this kind of a style.
I hope so. You imagine that's going to be another map where the ops can be impactful with the opening kills. That'll be very fun to watch.
Although
for now, yeah.
For some odd reason, a lot of people who are good with ops don't like playing Mirage. It's just you get smoked off a lot.
Yeah, all the smokes are pretty well known. Yeah, you're right. We've talked about that a couple times. It is a map where it seems like the op angles are like the least used angles for the AWP, and KNG just, you know, balls out.
Yeah, they say there's no such thing as a free lunch. The economists like to say that all the time, but KNG just found it.
Punch those economists in the face. Said, yeah, it is.
Yeah. People should do more often. Metaphorically, guys.
Metaphorically.
Yeah, bomb down. Envy taking a risk. They had a flashbang. They were hoping that someone would show up. I don't mind it. I think it's just fine. But this time, after a shooting gallery going on, MIBR are not even just content to win the round. Vengeful, spiteful like that.
Yeah, they won all the kills. Ruthless.
It's kind of unnecessary, isn't it?
9 chances for MIBR to close out Overpass over Envy. And they've got plenty of money built up to do it. No op for Envy on this defensive side, just 4 M4s in the FAMAS. And this is where you hope you'd see that MIBR that can just close out these games. That just says, we're done with it, let's just move on to the next map.
All indications seem to suggest that that is what we're dealing with right here, that kind of look for the Brazilian squad, which is what we have to hope for as well. Nifty gonna go for a... That is very odd. That was just outside of his field of view. I am guessing that he's playing not for the resolution that we're watching the stream in, because it looked like maybe he could have seen something there, but that was a lot of chaos. And that'll happen every once in a while. Fallen now takes up the position with the AWP, and if they'd overstepped the mark there, it would have been a disaster. Nice return kill from Calyx taking down KNG. But this Molotov might actually force someone into a fight. That's going to be really awkward. Look at the timing between all of this. Like Yi and me, who absolutely outplayed in that little duo there from Fur and Fallen.
MIBR is just playing with so much confidence at the moment. Look at the aggression of Fur pushing up behind the Molotovs. He wants to prevent them from even getting in a position for the retake. And this is going to be so difficult to clear out. It's going to have to be Calyx. They might be able to double peek it, but Fur's going to take the peek ahead of time. And he's just sealed the map. It'll be 16-6. That's a confident, dominant victory for MIBR. That is a confident style of play that we have not seen them bring out for some time, and I loved every bit of it.